Being vague in your messaging can cost you thousands of dollars in sales every single month. Give me the next 5 minutes and I'm going to reveal what is actually costing you sales. I'll share what specificity has to do with sales. And by the end of this video, you'll discover whether you're being vague or if you're specific enough in your messaging, so stick with me. My name is Ken Westgaard, and with 10 plus years of experience and being inside of several 7-figure launches with both Brandon Lucero and James Wedmore, I'm your go-to guy to fixing your messaging and your sales pages so you can launch successfully. Now, in every single video, you're going to get one launch strategy that you can immediately implement after watching. Now, if you want free access to the template that I use with my clients and to get more examples to create better attention-grabbing headlines using the specificity method, drop me a line below. Now, I see this all the time with online coaches. You're posting one piece of content or more every single day on social media, and you're sending out a minimum of 1 email every week. But every time you do it, it's like crickets. There are no likes, no comments, no replies, nothing. It's like talking to a wall, and it's frustrating because you put in so much time and effort over the past year into creating all the content. And honestly, you just want to help people. And obviously, if there's no engagement, there's no sales either. Now, the mistake that I see a lot of online coaches do is that they're too vague in their messaging. The most effective way to grab people's attention is by being specific. Let me give you an example. It's like when my wife asks me to find her a sweater. Now, I could easily do it, but you'll be damned if I just pick a random sweater. It's the wrong one. And I'll go back and forth trying to figure out what sweater she wants, and I'm gonna waste 5 minutes. Now, had she been specific and told me which sweater she wanted, what room it's in, and whether it's in the cabinet, shelf, or the drawer, it would take me seconds to find. So being specific is not only great to grab people's attention, but it could also save your marriage. Okay, so let me show you how you can grab the attention of your audience so they'll engage with your content and for you to make more sales. Now, step 1 is to use identities. If there's one thing people do is that they identify being a certain type of person or this type of person. Let's say you had a baby, you'll probably identify as a mom. Now, if you're married, you probably identify as a husband or a wife. Or if you run a business, you probably identify as an entrepreneur, CEO, business owner, etc. You get the point, right? So start calling out your audience as someone they would identify as. That way, they will immediately make a decision whether this content is for them or not. And this is great because you will be left with people who are closer to your ideal client or customer. Now, step 2 is to use numbers. Now, we can always be more specific, and by using numbers, things get taken up a notch. Say you're selling a grocery shopping program, and all you say is how to spend less on grocery shopping. Now, that's not very compelling, is it? What if you instead said how to spend 70% less on grocery shopping? That's better, right? The more specific you are, the more interest you create in your offer. But we can make it even better. Which brings me to step 3, which is to use time. Now, if you start implementing the time aspect into this, you'll see that you start getting much more specific. So it will look something like this: how to spend less than 70% on grocery shopping by just spending 15 minutes a week. Now, that's something else, right? We went from how to spend less on grocery shopping to how to spend 70% less on grocery shopping by just spending 15 minutes a week. And if we put this all together, it could look something like this: how busy soccer moms can spend less than 7% on grocery shopping with just 15 minutes a week. Now, that will grab the attention of moms with kids who play soccer and feel like they're constantly busy and want to spend less time and less money on grocery shopping. So there you have it. 3 simple steps to greatly improve your messaging. All you have to do to be much more specific is to implement identity, numbers, and time into your messaging. And you can clearly see how this would affect your sales. And the only way to find out what identity you use and how specific you need to be is by taking action and create content using this strategy. You see, messaging is all about testing and figuring out what's working and what's not working. So do you think you're being specific enough in your messaging? I'll let you think about that one. But here's the thing. Sometimes being specific isn't enough. This is just scratching the surface when it comes to fixing your messaging. But it's a good place to start. So make sure to check out my other videos on messaging as well. And if you want free access to the template that I use with my clients and get more examples of how you can create attention-grabbing headlines, drop me a line below.